You stand in the supermarket aisle, a dizzying array of products promising health, vitality, and a better life stretching before you. One package screams, keto-friendly, another boasts, plant-based protein, a third whispers about its superfood status. Your neighbor swears by intermittent fasting, a celebrity guru hawks a new detox tea, and your favorite fitness influencer just started a carnivore diet. With all this conflicting information swirling around, a single, critical question arises. How on earth do you know what's actually true and what's just another well-marketed fad? In this comprehensive guide, we're not just going to give you a list of do's and don'ts. We're going to hand you the key to unlock a new way of thinking about food and your body. We're going to dive deep into the world of evidence-based nutrition, a powerful framework that empowers you to cut through the noise and make informed, confident choices. This isn't about rigid rules or impossible restrictions. It's about understanding the why behind what you eat, leveraging scientific rigor to build a relationship with food that is both effective and sustainable. By the end of this journey, you won't just know what to eat. You'll understand how to evaluate any nutritional claim, giving you the ultimate tool to navigate your health for a lifetime. The foundation of everything we'll discuss rests on a single, unwavering principle. We must be guided by evidence, not anecdote. This might seem obvious, but think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, "Well, my friend tried this and it worked for them," or "I read on a blog that this is the best way"? Anecdotal evidence, while compelling, is inherently flawed. It doesn't account for individual differences, the placebo effect, or the myriad other factors that influence a health outcome. Real, scientific evidence, on the other hand, is built on a foundation of systematic research. It begins with a hypothesis, a testable idea. This hypothesis is then subjected to rigorous scrutiny through various study designs, each with its own strengths and limitations. The hierarchy of evidence is a crucial concept here, a kind of nutritional pyramid that shows us which types of studies provide the strongest support. At the very bottom are expert opinions and case studies. They're interesting, but they're just starting points. Moving up, we find animal studies and in vitro research, which can show us potential mechanisms but don't necessarily translate to humans. Next come observational studies, like cohort and case control studies. These are incredibly valuable because they can show associations, for example, a link between eating more fruits and vegetables and a lower risk of heart disease. But here's the twist. Association does not equal causation. You might observe that people who drink a lot of coffee also tend to be more active, but the coffee isn't necessarily causing their activity level. It's a key distinction that's often missed, and it's where much of the confusion begins. At the very top of the evidence pyramid, the gold standard, are randomized controlled trials, or RCTs. Imagine you want to test if a new diet helps with weight loss. In an RCT, you would take a large group of people and randomly assign them to one of two groups. One group follows the new diet, while the other follows a control diet or their usual eating habits. Because the groups are randomly assigned, any differences in the outcome can be more confidently attributed to the diet itself, rather than to some other factor. This randomization is the critical element that allows us to infer causation. But even an RCT isn't the final word. A single study, no matter how well designed, can have its own quirks or biases. This is why we need systematic reviews and meta-analyses. These are powerful tools that synthesize the findings of multiple, high-quality studies on the same topic. They look for patterns, consistency, and overall effect sizes. A meta-analysis on the link between saturated fat and heart disease, for instance, might combine the data from 20 different RCTs, giving us a much more robust and reliable conclusion than any single study could. It's the difference between hearing one person's opinion and polling 1,000. This is the payoff. By understanding this hierarchy, you can immediately and intelligently question the next headline you see. When a news article proclaims, "New study shows X," Your first thought will be, what kind of study was it? And, has this finding been replicated? The implications of this evidence-based approach are profound and far-reaching. It completely dismantles the one-size-fits-all fallacy. We know from solid science that genetics, gut microbiome, lifestyle, and individual metabolic responses mean that what works wonders for one person might be ineffective or even harmful for another. Evidence-based nutrition acknowledges this complexity and encourages personalization. Think about it. You're not just a passive recipient of dietary advice. You're an active participant in an ongoing experiment with yourself. This approach empowers you to work with a qualified professional, like a registered dietitian, who can interpret the science and help you tailor it to your unique needs. They're not just telling you what to eat, they're teaching you how to think about food, a far more valuable skill. It's about moving from a rigid, dogmatic approach to a flexible, intelligent one. For example, instead of declaring, carbs are bad, the evidence-based perspective asks, what kind of carbs? For whom? In what context? The science tells us that whole grains, fruits, and vegetables provide essential fiber, vitamins, and minerals. It also tells us that highly processed carbs can spike blood sugar and contribute to poor health outcomes. The nuance is everything. Consider the ongoing debate about fats. For decades, we were told that all fats were bad. The science has completely upended this narrative. We now have overwhelming evidence that not all fats are created equal. Unsaturated fats, found in avocados, nuts, and olive oil, are protective and essential for brain function and heart health. Saturated fats, in moderation, can be part of a healthy diet for most people, but their impact can vary. And here's the twist you might not expect. The real villain often isn't fat, but the combination of fat and sugar found in many highly processed foods, a combination designed to override our natural satiety signals and drive overconsumption. This is where evidence-based nutrition pulls back the curtain, revealing the complex interplay of macronutrients and their real-world effects on our biology. It's not just about what's in a food, it's about what happens when you eat it, and how your body responds over time. The same scientific approach helps us understand the true value of supplements. A supplement company can make incredible claims, but without a body of high-quality, peer-reviewed evidence to back them up, those claims are just marketing. This framework forces us to ask the hard questions. Does this supplement work? Is it safe? Is it necessary? So, how do we operationalize all this knowledge? How do we take this framework and apply it to our daily lives? First, develop a healthy dose of skepticism. When you hear a new dietary claim, your inner alarm bell should go off. Question the source. Is it a peer-reviewed journal or a sponsored social media post? Look for the data. Don't just accept a claim on faith. Second, seek out qualified professionals. A registered dietitian is a professional who has undergone extensive training in interpreting and applying nutritional science. They are your allies in this journey. Third, be patient and flexible. Your body and your life are not static. Your nutritional needs will change over time, and new evidence will emerge. An evidence-based approach is a lifelong practice of learning and adapting, not a destination. It's a journey of self-discovery, fueled by curiosity and guided by the most reliable information we have. This isn't a quick fix. This is building a foundation for a lifetime of optimal health. It's time to stop blindly following trends and start thinking for yourself. The most powerful tool you have for your health isn't a pill or a powder. It's a curious mind, ready to seek the truth.